Listen to this. A burglary occurs approximately every 30 to 50 seconds in America. That's roughly 2,000 to 3,000 break-ins happening today while you're watching this video. But here's what the security companies won't tell you. Most burglars spend less than 60 seconds deciding whether to target your house. 60 seconds. That's it. So, what if I told you that in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you 15 devices that can make your home so uninviting that criminals will literally cross the street to avoid it? And the number one item on this list? It's something so devastatingly effective that I legally cannot demonstrate its full capability on camera. But I'm going to show you exactly why security experts call it the Great Equalizer. I'm about to save you thousands on a traditional security system and potentially save your life. But you've got to stick with me because if you click away before we hit number 3, you'll miss the one device that works even when your power's cut, your phone is dead, and everything else has failed. Let's get into it. The psychological warfare device. All right, number 15 might sound weird at first, but trust me on this. It's called a TV simulator. And before you roll your eyes, let me explain why this $40 box is genius. See, burglars do what they call casing the joint. They watch your house for patterns. Lights on timers? They notice. No movement for 3 days? They notice. This little device fixes that problem by mimicking the light patterns of a real television. We're not talking about a static light here. This thing uses multiple LED colors that flicker and change intensity just like a real TV show. Scene changes, bright explosions, dark dialogue scenes, the whole deal. From outside your window, it's completely indistinguishable from someone sitting on their couch watching Netflix. Here's why it works. Burglars hate uncertainty. They want empty homes, not occupied ones. When they see that TV glow through your curtains at 11 p.m., their brain immediately calculates. Someone's awake, someone might see me, someone might call the cops. And just like that, they move on to the next house. It runs on pennies of electricity, turns on automatically at dusk, and creates the illusion of presence when you're actually 3 states away on vacation. For the price of a couple of pizzas, you're putting doubt in a criminal's mind. And doubt is a burglar's worst enemy. Plus, it beats leaving actual TVs running 24/7, which would cost you a fortune in electricity and look suspicious anyway. Because, let's face it, nobody watches TV for 16 hours straight in the same room without moving. This device? It's smart psychological warfare, plain and simple. The early warning network number 13 is all about buying yourself time. And in a home invasion, time is everything. This is a wireless driveway alarm that gives you advance warning before anyone even reaches your door. Standard doorbells only alert you when someone's already on your porch. By then, it's too late to prepare. Too late to hide, too late to grab your phone and call for help. These sensors use passive infrared technology to detect heat signatures from vehicles or people up to a quarter-mile away from your house. You place one at the end of your driveway, one by your side gate, maybe one near your tool shed. Each sensor costs about $40, and you can link up to 16 of them to a central receiver inside your home. Here's where it gets tactical. You can program different chime sounds for different zones. Your front gate? That's a pleasant ding-dong. Your back fence? That's an urgent buzzer. Middle of the night, and you hear the back fence buzzer? You know something's wrong before they've even touched your property. You're awake, you're alert, and you're calling the police while they're still 50 yards away. This completely changes the dynamic. You're no longer reacting to a threat at your bedroom door. You're intercepting them at the perimeter. It runs on standard batteries that last for months. It's weatherproof, and it works in a total internet blackout because it uses direct radio frequency, not Wi-Fi. No monthly fees, no cloud storage, no subscriptions, just instant, reliable alerts when someone enters your domain. That reactionary gap could literally save your life. The chemical area denial system. Number 12 looks like a fire extinguisher. And honestly, that's not a bad comparison because this thing will absolutely put out the fire of anyone stupid enough to break into your home. This is a home defense pepper gel launcher, and it's sized to handle serious threats, not just purse snatchers. Standard pepper spray keychains are toys. They give you maybe 3 seconds of spray time and have a range of about 6 feet. This unit, it holds enough gel for 32 full-strength bursts and reaches out to 30 feet. That's the length of your entire hallway. You can stand at the top of your stairs and engage someone at your front door without ever letting them get close to you. The genius is in the gel formulation. Old school pepper spray creates a mist. Fire that indoors and you'll blind yourself. your kids, and probably your dog. The mist hangs in the air, gets into your ventilation system, and turns your entire house into a gas chamber. Pepper gel is different. It fires as a thick, sticky stream that travels in a straight line. When it hits the attacker's face, it sticks like napalm. They can't wipe it off. They can't blink it away. Their eyes are melting, their throat is closing, and they're done. 30 feet of range means you maintain distance, which is everything in a self-defense situation. You never, ever want to be within arm's reach of an attacker. This device lets you engage from safety, behind cover, from a position of overwhelming advantage. It comes with a wall mount, so you can clip it next to your bed like a fire extinguisher. And here's the best part. Unlike lethal force, using pepper gel won't land you in a decade of legal battles. It's effective, it's legal in all 50 states, and it stops threats cold. The photonic disruptor number 11 is where we weaponize light itself. This is a tactical flashlight that outputs 2,600 lumens in turbo mode. For context, a car headlight is about 1,000 lumens, so we're talking about more than double that, focused into a tight beam that you can aim like a weapon. Here's the science. When you wake up in the middle of the night, your pupils are dilated to maximum size, letting in as much light as possible to help you see in the dark. If an intruder is in your home, their eyes are dilated too. Now, imagine 2,600 lumens hitting those wide-open pupils. It doesn't just illuminate them, it causes actual physical pain and temporary flash blindness. Their vision washes out completely. They can't see you, can't see their escape route, can't see where their weapon is, can't coordinate an attack. This creates what's known as temporary flash blindness, or visual disruption, and it buys you precious seconds to escape, grab a better defensive tool, or barricade yourself. But this flashlight isn't just about the light. The front bezel is made of jagged stainless steel designed for impact strikes. In close quarters, it becomes a striking tool that can collect DNA evidence while defending yourself. The interface is built for stress. There's a tail switch that bypasses all the lower settings and goes straight to maximum output. No fumbling, no cycling through modes. Just instant, overwhelming brightness. It's rechargeable via USB-C, it's waterproof, and it's built like an absolute tank. Most importantly, it's legal everywhere. You can carry this through airport security, into government buildings, anywhere. It's just a flashlight, until it's not. And speaking of things that seem ordinary but pack devastating capability, keep watching because number 5 is the device that professional security consultants install in their own homes first. We're getting there. The kinetic deterrent number 10 solves a problem most people don't think about until it's too late. What do you do when someone refuses to leave your property but hasn't technically broken in yet? Maybe they're aggressive, maybe they're intoxicated, maybe they're mentally unstable. You can't legally shoot them, but you also can't just let them smash your windows or threaten your family. This is where the outdoor motion-activated sprinkler becomes your best friend. Yes, I'm serious. Marketed as a deer deterrent, this device is tactical genius for dealing with human threats. It combines a passive infrared sensor with a powerful sprinkler head. When it detects heat and motion up to 40 feet away, it fires a sudden, forceful burst of water while making that loud, distinctive sprinkler sound. Why is this effective against humans? Because getting blasted with cold water is shocking, uncomfortable, and demoralizing. A burglar can ignore a light. They can pull up their hood and keep working. But water soaks through everything. It makes them heavy, miserable, and highly visible. Soaking wet criminals are easy to identify and track. The psychological impact is massive, too. Nobody expects to get sprayed while committing a crime. It breaks their concentration, ruins their stealth, and often sends them running. You can set it to night-only mode so your mail carrier doesn't get drenched at noon, but anyone creeping around your backyard at 2 in the morning is getting a very wet, very loud surprise. It runs on batteries, costs about $80, and is completely independent of your home's power grid. You can place multiple units to create overlapping fields of coverage. It's non-lethal, it's legal everywhere, and it's hilarious to watch on your security cameras the next morning. Sometimes the best defense is making your property so annoying that criminals just give up. The sonic weapon number 9 is about turning sound into a physical barrier. This is a door wedge alarm, and while it sounds simple, the engineering behind it is brilliant. Most security focuses on preventing entry or detecting entry. This device does both simultaneously. Mechanically, it's a heavy-duty rubber wedge that you slide under any inward-swinging door. When someone tries to force the door open, even if they've picked the lock or have a key, the pressure of the door riding up the wedge drives the grip deeper into the floor. The harder they push, the tighter it locks. It's using the attacker's own force against them, creating a mechanical feedback loop that makes the door effectively immovable without destroying it. But here's where it gets nasty. The top of the wedge contains a pressure-activated alarm that fires off at 120 decibels the moment the door touches it. To give you perspective, a chainsaw is about 110 decibels. A rock concert is 115. This alarm is 120, and it's going off inches from the intruder's head in an enclosed space. At that volume, sound becomes a physical weapon. It causes immediate pain, disorientation, and panic. The intruder's stealth is obliterated. Everyone within 1,000 feet knows something is wrong. Neighbors are waking up, looking out windows, calling police. The burglar's window of opportunity is slammed shut. They wanted a quiet, quick grab. Instead, they've triggered an air raid siren. This is perfect for renters who can't modify their doors, college students in dorms, or anyone staying in hotels where you can't trust who else has a keycard. It's portable, requires no installation, runs on a 9-volt battery, and creates an instant fortified position anywhere you sleep. For around $20 to $30, you're getting both physical resistance and psychological warfare in one elegant package. The Invisible Smart Lock. Number 8 is for people who want high-tech security without advertising it. Most smart locks are bulky, obvious, and scream expensive technology inside, which ironically makes your home a more attractive target. This lock is different. It's completely invisible from the outside. It's called a retrofit deadbolt, and it replaces the internal mechanism of your door while letting you keep your existing exterior hardware and original keys. From the street, your door looks exactly like it did before. There's no keypad to vandalize, no fingerprint scanner to smudge, no glowing LED to announce that you've got smart home gear. It's security through obscurity. But inside that boring exterior is a battery, a precision motor, and a Bluetooth radio that connects to your phone. You can lock and unlock it remotely, set it to auto-lock after 30 seconds, get notifications when it's open, and integrate it with your whole smart home ecosystem. You can tell Alexa, lock the front door as you're getting into bed, or have it automatically lock when your security system arms. The engineering here is impressive. It meets ANSI Grade 1 standards, which is the highest commercial security rating for physical strength. This isn't a gadget masquerading as a lock. It's a serious lock upgraded with smart features. If the battery dies, your regular key still works perfectly. No emergency locksmith calls, no climbing through windows. This is brilliant for anyone who lives in a homeowners association with strict architectural guidelines. Or if you've got a beautiful historic door you don't want to ruin with modern hardware. You get all the convenience and control of a smart lock without compromising aesthetics or security. It's the perfect stealth upgrade. The Zero Power Guardian. Number 7 is the one that works in total darkness, requires no batteries, and never fails. Ever. This is a mechanical rapid access safe that uses nothing but physics and muscle memory. In an emergency, electronics can betray you. Batteries die, biometric scanners fail if your hands are wet or dirty, touchscreens freeze, and code pads can malfunction. This device completely rejects all of that. It's designed for storing a defensive firearm, and it opens using a hand gesture, a specific pattern your fingers make when you place your hand on the lid. Think of it like a secret handshake with your safe. You program it once using a series of actuators on the surface. From that point on, only your hand making that exact motion and applying downward pressure will pop the lid open. Here's why this is genius. Under life-threatening stress, your body dumps adrenaline. Your heart rate spikes to 180-200 beats per minute. Your fine motor skills, the ability to type a 4-digit code on a tiny keypad, they completely disappear. This is a documented physiological response. But gross motor skills, like placing your hand flat and pressing down, those stay with you even in extreme stress. The safe runs on muscle memory. The Perimeter Sentinel number 6 is where we move beyond your 4 walls and start securing your property's perimeter. This is a set of wireless beam sensors that create an invisible tripwire across your driveway, yard, or fence line. Unlike motion detectors that can be triggered by wind, animals, or heat waves, these sensors use active infrared beams that only trigger when broken by a solid object. You mount a transmitter and receiver facing each other up to 300 feet apart. They shoot multiple invisible beams between them, creating a laser-like fence. For the alarm to trigger, all the beams have to be broken simultaneously by something human-sized. A bird flying through? Nothing. A leaf falling? Nothing. A person walking through? Instant alarm. The strategic advantage here is range. These sensors can communicate back to your house from half a mile away. That means you can protect a long driveway, a back acre, or a side yard that's out of camera view. When someone crosses that invisible line, you get an alert before they're anywhere near your doors or windows. Both the transmitter and receiver are solar-powered with built-in rechargeable batteries. You set them up once, align them, and never touch them again. They charge during the day, operate at night, and provide year-round protection through rain, snow, and extreme temperatures. No wiring, no trenching, no electrician needed. This creates a definitive boundary around your property with zero false alarms. If this system alerts, it's because something substantial has crossed your line. You have advance warning, tactical advantage, and time to respond. For large properties or rural homes where neighbors are far away, this is absolutely essential. The integrated Fortress Number 5 is what professionals install first, a complete door reinforcement kit that turns your standard residential door into something approaching commercial-grade security. Your door has 3 failure points: the jamb where the lock sits, the hinges, and the lock plate itself. This kit reinforces all 3 simultaneously. It includes a 46-inch steel plate that wraps around your entire door jamb. Instead of 3/4-inch screws going into trim wood, you're installing 3.5-inch screws that bite deep into the structural studs of your house framing. You're no longer depending on cosmetic trim to hold your lock. You're anchoring to the skeleton of the building. The kit also includes steel sleeves that fit over the door edge to prevent the wood from splitting around the deadbolt strike, and heavy-duty hinge reinforcements that prevent the door from being popped off its pins. When installed correctly, this system has been tested to withstand police battering rams. The door doesn't just resist entry, it actively bounces back the force. What makes this so valuable is that it's permanent, passive, and requires zero action from you once installed. There's no battery to charge, no app to open, no system to arm. It's working 24/7 whether you're home or not, awake or asleep. A motivated attacker with power tools can eventually defeat it, but we're talking about 10 to 15 minutes of loud, obvious work. That's an eternity in criminal time. For under $100 and an afternoon of installation, you're upgrading a standard home door to commercial security standards. This is the foundation that everything else builds on. Strong doors buy time, and time is what lets every other device on this list do its job. The Multifunction Command Center Number 4 combines 3 devices into one seamless unit: a doorbell, a camera, and a smart lock. Most people have these as separate systems that don't talk to each other. This integration is what makes it powerful. It's a complete entry management system that mounts on your front door as a single piece of hardware. The camera is 2K resolution, which means crystal clear facial identification even at night thanks to infrared sensors. The doorbell connects to your phone with live 2-way audio, so you can talk to delivery drivers or tell solicitors to leave. But the killer feature is the biometric lock built right into the handle. Your thumb naturally falls onto the fingerprint scanner when you grab the handle. It unlocks in 0.3 seconds, faster than digging for keys, faster than typing a code, faster than opening an app. It's completely seamless. You walk up to your door, grab the handle, and you're in. For kids coming home from school, elderly parents who struggle with keys, or your own convenience when carrying groceries, it's transformative. But the security angle is what matters. The device uses dual motion detection combining radar and passive infrared, so it doesn't false alarm on shadows or trees. It knows the difference between a person and a distraction. When someone approaches your door, you get an alert with a photo. If you're home, you can see who it is before opening. If you're away, you can unlock it remotely for deliveries or trusted visitors. It stores footage locally on encrypted storage inside your house, not on cloud servers with monthly fees and potential data breaches. The battery is massive, 10,000 milliamp hours, meaning months between charges. This device gives you complete awareness and control of your primary entry point, which is exactly where most break-ins occur. The hidden defense layer. Number 3 is the device I promised you, the one that works when everything else has failed. It's a pressure mat alarm that creates an invisible tripwire inside your home. Motion sensors have blind spots and can be avoided if someone knows where they are. Cameras can be disabled, but this mat hides underneath a rug or doormat, and nobody ever looks at the floor. The mat is thin, discreet, and completely invisible once placed under carpeting. It uses tactile contact to trigger, the moment someone steps on it with just 1 pound of pressure per square inch. The circuit closes and the alarm fires. The genius is in the placement. You put this at choke points: the bottom of your stairs, the hallway leading to bedrooms, the landing outside your master suite. Here's the tactical value. An intruder might scan for cameras in the ceiling corners. They might look for motion sensors on the walls, but they're never looking down at the floor beneath a welcome mat. They step on it, and suddenly a 105 decibel alarm is screaming from a completely different location up to 30 feet away. They can't immediately smash the source because the noise isn't coming from under their feet. The separation is critical. They're disoriented, their stealth is gone, and they have no idea where the alarm unit is to disable it. Meanwhile, you're awake, you're alerted, and you know exactly where they are based on which mat triggered. If you have multiple mats in different zones, you can track their movement through your house by sound alone. It's passive, invisible, and virtually impossible to bypass without prior knowledge. It works in power outages because it runs on batteries. It works when your internet is down because it's a direct wired connection. It's the last line of defense that criminals never see coming. The pyrotechnic equalizer. Number 2 changes the game on non-lethal defense. This is a pepper gel launcher that doesn't use aerosol pressure. It uses controlled explosions. Traditional pepper spray cans lose pressure over time, leak during storage, and are affected by wind. This device is a pyrotechnic launcher similar to an airbag deployment system. It fires the chemical payload using a small explosive charge. When you pull the trigger, it launches a blob of concentrated pepper gel at 112 miles per hour. That's faster than a major league fastball. It covers the 13-foot effective range in 1/10 of a second. The target literally cannot react. They see the threat. Their brain registers danger, but the payload hits them before they can duck, dodge, or defend. Because it's pyrotechnic, the device sits unpressurized in your drawer for years without degrading. It has a 4-year shelf life and maintains 100% power until the last day. Heat, cold, humidity, none of it matters. When you need it, it works, guaranteed. It gives you 2 shots, one from the top barrel, one from the bottom. The gel itself is high-grade oleoresin capsicum that sticks to the face like adhesive. It can't be wiped off. It instantly shuts down vision and breathing. The target is done, fully incapacitated, no fight left. And because it's shaped like a pistol, your aiming is intuitive. Point and shoot. No spray pattern to worry about, no blowback to contaminate yourself. This is the most reliable chemical delivery system on the civilian market, and it bridges the gap between shouting, "Get out," and actually having to use lethal force. For $40, you're getting a defensive tool that works the first time. Every time, without exception. The ultimate standoff weapon. Here it is. Number 1. The undisputed king of home defense technology that gives you every tactical advantage possible. This is a CO2-powered kinetic launcher that fires 68 caliber projectiles at 60 feet of range. It looks like a firearm, feels like a firearm, but it's not a firearm, which means different legal standards apply. In a home defense scenario, distance is survival. You do not want to be within arm's reach of an attacker. This launcher lets you engage threats from 60 feet away. That's across the street, down a long hallway, across your entire backyard. You maintain massive standoff distance while the target has no ability to reach you. It fires solid kinetic rounds at approximately 285 to 330 feet per second with significant impact force, comparable to being hit by a hard-thrown baseball. The pain is immense, the bruising is severe, but it's non-lethal. You can also load it with chemical rounds that explode on impact, creating a massive cloud of pepper irritant that attacks the eyes and respiratory system simultaneously. The technology here is called Pierce on Fire. You load a CO2 cartridge and leave it in the launcher for months or even years. The cartridge isn't punctured until the first time you pull the trigger. This means the weapon is unpressurized and safe for storage, but the millisecond you need it, it's at full power. No pumping, no charging, no preparation. This device fills the gap between harsh words and lethal force. It's a powerful, effective way to stop a threat without taking a life, without the legal aftermath of a shooting, and without the psychological trauma. It's used by security professionals, homeowners in restrictive states, and anyone who wants maximum stopping power with minimum legal consequences. For around $300 to $400, depending on the model and kit, you're getting a weapon system that gives you range, power, and flexibility. It's the modern standard for civilian home defense, and it's why it sits at number 1 on this list. And there you have it, 15 devices that will transform your home from a soft target into a fortress that criminals will actively avoid. Let's do a quick recap of the absolute essentials. If you're on a tight budget, start with the door reinforcement kit, the floor anchor, and the pepper gel. That's under $200 and covers your fundamentals: strengthening entry points, creating a safe room, and giving yourself a defensive tool. That's your foundation. If you've got moderate budget, add the smart lock, the driveway sensors, and the tactical flashlight. Now you've got early warning, controlled access, and a less lethal option. You're building layers. If money isn't the issue, Go all in with the kinetic launcher, the integrated door system, and the perimeter beams. You're creating a complete security ecosystem with redundant systems that cover every angle. But here's what really matters. Having the gear is meaningless if you don't know how to use it. Practice with your equipment. Know where it is in the dark. Run scenarios with your family. The best security system in the world is worthless if you panic and can't remember how to activate it. Now, I want to hear from you. Which item surprised you the most? Did I miss anything critical? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this video saved you from making a costly security mistake or taught you something new, smash that like button and subscribe because I've got more tactical content coming that you're not going to want to miss. Your home is your sanctuary. These 15 devices make sure it stays that way. Stay sharp, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.